Hey guys, Zach here. I know it's called football. That was an interesting game. Brentford with a very, very late consolation goal, sort of awkward. It was a strange goal. Ramsdale coming out, sort of flopping, hoping to win the ball. Nordgaard a nice little Cruyff turn and poked it in the back of the net. But look, 3 points at the end of the day, man. It's so important now, especially when you look at that Spurs result beating Man City 2-3 at the Etihad. I mean, I couldn't believe the result of that game. I know they went ahead early. City, it seemed like only a matter of time that Man City were gonna go on and equalize, go ahead again, and really, it was a great game to watch. Unfortunately, Spurs get the 3 points in the end, but I mean, all the more important for us to win today as well. And I just want to say, I think a lot of players today did really, really well. Odegaard, Emil Smith-Rowe, obviously Bukayo Saka, another one, but I think I'd probably give my man of the match to Emil Smith-Rowe. The goal, it was all him. A good pass from Lacazette to spot him and get him on his way, but it was probably a 40-yard run. Cuts inside. The finish was brilliant. I thought Saka's goal, the way he smashed it and the way it knuckled in, hit the post in the back of the net, and they were both fantastic goals from these youngsters. Once again coming up huge. Now, Emil Smith-Rowe, 10 goals, I think. Saka is up to 8 this season. Everyone played well today. Everyone really, really did their jobs. Thomas Partey, some stats here I just want to go over. 76 touches. He had an assist, 90% pass accuracy, 2 key passes, 9 duels won, 3 tackles completed. He was great today. A lot of people, they'll always say, oh, it's just Brentford, but look, he had a very, very good game against Manchester City as well. So look, we know the type of player Thomas Partey is. It's just so important now in this next stretch. 15 games left. I mean, it's quite the stretch to go, but hopefully he can stay fit, and that partnership with Granit Xhaka now looking more and more solid. Of course, Xhaka also with a very good game today. I thought those two in the midfield were brilliant. There was some controversy about the armband when Eddie Nketiah came on for Lacazette. He gave him the armband, and Arteta cleared it up in his press conference saying, I mean, Jesus Christ, if you just took one look at Twitter, I mean, they were going into a complete meltdown, blaming Granit Xhaka, he doesn't want to be here, Roma, all this nonsense. And Arteta cleared it up. He said, look, the armband was supposed to go to Kieran Tierney. He's next in line, I believe was the quote. So, people like me who are, in very much favorites for Kieran Tierney to be the next captain of Arsenal. It's nice. I mean, he gets it every once in a while now. It's good to see Kieran with the armband. Look, clearing all it up. Like Granit Xhaka, it's such nonsense. People have just immense agendas against Granit Xhaka. And look, most likely he is going to be off in the summer, and maybe it is Roma. But he does his best for the team. If you actually watch him, the way he talks to players, the way he commands them, points around. When you look at the kickoff right before. Right after Brentford scored the goal, he was telling them what to do. It looked like he was telling Ramsdale, look, you're going to get the ball, hoof it upfield, we're going to try to keep it in the corner. So if you watch him, you know how important he is to the team. Of course, he does have, he's a bit rash, isn't he? But look, he's a good player. He fits the system well. Mikel Arteta likes him. Emery liked him. Arsene Wenger liked him, so it's clear that the player is there. There's no controversy around the armband, so hopefully people can drop it and we can move on. Odegaard, another player, was brilliant today. That pass in the first half, the first 10 minutes or so, just squeezed it past that Brentford defense to Saka in the 8-yard box. It was so good, man. Those are the passes that really get you off your feet, and he was on it today. He was on top of it today. Odegaard probably would have been man of the match if not for Emil Smith-Rowe's goal. Really, really heating up Odegaard and just pulling all the strings. Saka, obviously, Emil Smith-Rowe, really dangerous. Again, like I said earlier, both scored the goals. Brilliant goals. Seriously, that Saka goal to score from that angle, left-footed across the goal. I mean, you really have to whip it, and the knuckle on the ball smashes the post, ripples the net. It was fantastic. I mean, right there, it was sealed. Like the goal we conceded was a bit silly. It was a bit messy. But when that second goal went in, I was very, very confident we were going to get the 3 points. So yeah, brilliant from them. Everyone played well today. Everyone did their job. So Ramsdale included, actually. Couple shouts for penalties today. I thought the Lacazette penalty was tricky because it seemed like the player who fouled him, he clearly got Lacazette, but the other defender behind him did win the ball. So I'm not sure if that went into the decision to not award a penalty. The potential handball, from the Cedric Suarez shot, it seemed a little high. It did hit, it hit sort of his shoulder, his tricep. It would have been harsh, I think, if it was given a penalty. But the Pepe one, it looked so blatantly obvious to me. And he was just tripped. The commentator I was watching on Peacock saying he had his legs spread out and somehow hinting that he was already going down. I mean, this is just the way Pepe dribbles. It was clear he beat the first man. He did a little feint the second time. And it was, he was nowhere near the ball, the Brentford defender. I thought it was a blatant penalty. In fact, I leaned back in my seat. I said, okay, that's got to be the third. Surely that's the 3 points, And I don't know, it wasn't given, so I just don't know. I thought Jonathan Moss had a very poor game. Lee Mason on VAR, again, poor. Really, really poor. But, at the end of the day, it's 3 points, so you can't complain too much. But, luckily it didn't come back and bite us in the ass. Like I said, a couple chances, maybe half a chance, the cross from Cedric Suarez in the first half, header just going completely wayward. And the shot in the first half as well really, really shanked that. It just shows you how important it is this summer to go out and get one or two strikers, someone to really lead the line. And really it is so important, especially now. We're going to need goals to get this top 4 spot. I've said it before. I've said it in all of my videos really in the past couple weeks. It is really our race to lose. When you look at the games in hand, 3 games in hand on West Ham, I think we're only 2 points off of West Ham, 1 point behind Manchester United with 2 games in hand. And, you look at Spurs, you look at United, who were bragging about having games in hand on us, games in hand on West Ham United as well. And look at it turned out not very good for them. So, yeah, really important that game against Wolves, then Watford away. It's vital that we get 3 points from every game and just put in performances like this, grind out performances, and try to get 3 points and get Champions League football back to the Emirates Stadium. So many of these young players deserve that anthem, that Champions League anthem, to be standing out there. And God, it's been so long since Arsenal had Champions League football, and we took it for granted. Look at the Arsene Wenger years and how people say the standards have sunk, and that's all we're after is the top 4. And there was a lot going on, I think, behind the scenes. We weren't really chasing after titles, with the exception of that season Leicester City won it. That was the last time I really had any hope of Arsenal winning anything, and it really got out of hand towards the end of the season anyway. So it's so important that we get that Champions League back, especially in the summer when, from all the rumors I see, we plan on spending big. You see these rumors about a big chest of money that's waiting to be spent on summer transfers. So yeah, hopefully we can get that done. And I said before, everyone has said the same thing. It's really ours to lose at this point. And so important that we get 3 points from all of our games. Look, that's it for me, really. I guess I could just end it with asking a question here about Gabriel Martinelli. Does he come back into the side? You see a performance like that from Emile Smith-Rowe. It's hard now because you have this sort of headache. Martinelli, Emile Smith-Rowe, obviously Emile Smith-Rowe can play in that position that Odegaard does. Sacrificing Odegaard to bring him back into that midfield, I just don't think it works. He's so much better in those tight spaces where he has the freedom to move. He's got runners alongside of him in Saka and Emile Smith-Rowe, or be it Martinelli, and that link up with Lacazette is so important when he's on his game. And look, there's rumors that Martinelli was training as a number 9 in the past week, and I'm not sure how true that is. It was, I think, from Chris Wheatley, who is extremely, extremely reliable when it comes to Arsenal news. So you never know. Lacazette, look, he's not scoring goals today. I don't know who was offsides, him or Granit Xhaka, but it seemed odd. We didn't get the replay shown to us. I'm not sure who was offsides. I guess I'd have to look at it again. You would have assumed that would do a lot for his confidence if that goal would have counted. But, he's finding himself in the position, but it's important that when he's not scoring goals, he's providing assists like he did today with the Emile Smith-Rowe goal. But, look, I don't think Arteta would drop Lacazette for Martinelli up front. I could be wrong. What the hell do I know at the end of the day? But I don't think you should be dropping Emile Smith. I don't know. It's such a headache. You guys can let me know. Hit me up on Twitter. That's in the description as always. Give me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. who should be our starting 11 for the Wolves game. Guys, thanks very much for watching. If you've made it this far, I really appreciate it, and I'll see you when I see you.